Okay, the tools are in here. I use these shears when I need longer reach, and I use this for most of the time. And the idea is to basically cut it back so it is away from the shed, it's not overtaking the cables too much, and yeah, just take the height down a bit, but don't worry about pruning the neighbour's side because they can do that themselves. And I'm being really careful here not to cut the cables for the fairy lights. Do some of that. Now on this, I think we want to avoid kind of creating a complete roof. So what I am starting to do is to remove anything that's going across. Obviously remove anything that's going down. And leave the ones that are running along the cables. So for example here, I'm going to cut that off because that's cutting across. And then with some of the ones down here, rather than cutting them off, what I do is to kind of tuck them up, because this can be quite bare. It's nice to get some leaves in there. So that one, for example, has been tucked up in there, and I can just pull it along a little bit now. This one I can get and tuck inside there. Let's put it behind there. Look at that. There we go. Alright, and then I will show you the other end. Or maybe we'll just work along. So there would be a bit more work on here, which I'll come back to in a minute. And then imagine I've done all of that. I can kind of lean over here, get some of the tall ones that are sticking up. And then for this part, lift the hanging basket down. It is attached to the fairy lights, but it should just about be able to sit down there. And then you can much more easily get in here, get these ones, these ones. And here again, pulling out the plant helps you work out what's caught in the plant, because the idea is to stop this triffid from growing into all the other plants and strangling them, killing them off. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, cut that one off. I think that's okay growing up the candlestick, but we want to get anything that is growing into this plant out. Sometimes it gets very twisted and I need to cut it in the middle and free it up. There we go. Nice, okay, put you off there. And up here you can see again, this is just starting to grow into that plant. We've caught it at a good moment. If we'd left it for another few days, it would have tangled itself into these plants and we'd be taking a lot more time to get them out. Again, just try not to rush and accidentally snip the fairy lights. Stuff like that. So here's another one. I could cut that off, but there's a bare patch down here, so it makes more sense to try and twist that in, get it into the bare patch. Okay, it loves climbing up this tree. Go. Cut it back down here as well. Right, so to untwist this again, I can just do it in sections like that. Snip a bit carefully. Then just be careful with yourself as you start coming across here, because this is rose and not triffid, and this is quite spiky. So I'm doing it without gloves because I'm a cat. But you might want to put gloves on at this point.
But I'm a Leo, so I'm also a cat.
Oh, then you'll be fine. There we go. Trimming a rose bush in bare hands teaches you something about holding things lightly enough.
A really lovely quote I just remembered that says, instead of thinking that the rose bush has thorns, think it's that the thorn bush has roses.
Aha. That is a very deep thought. So this one is also quite dangerous in a different way. If you run your fingers down it, it will give you a paper cut.
I see.
And I've had quite a lot of blood from, it looks harmless, but I've had quite a lot of blood from that one before. How are we doing? Nothing else growing in there. That looks good. Any more triffid? Yeah. This triffid gets everywhere. There we are. So, just going to grab the shears, and then that enables me to reach over the top here. Sometimes I can grab these bits and pull them back. If they fall down the other side, it's not a big deal. Martin and Lauren don't mind picking them up if they have to. There we go. Oh, one more big one up there. And another one trying to get into the tree. There we go. So, obviously there's a bit back there I've missed, but just to keep the video short, we'll skip that for now.
Should I stop it?
It's a process, or just do the clearing up. So you can pick up the worst of this, and just behind you here, yeah, is the metal dust in, and be a little bit careful with this because it's got some rose mixed in with it. And when this is full, we just message Martin and Lauren and check it's okay to put that into their brown bin. And then there's obviously going to be more clearing up here in due course. But when we're done with the clearing up, just get this out of the way. Right, we have a broom here on the shed door, and up here, dustpan and brush. So I would start by brushing any leaves off the pool, like that. And then sweep up around here and continue down here. I don't think it's necessary to move all the pots every time you do this, because it's like we're just not that fussy. But maybe move 1 or 2 pots each time. Get a few bits from behind, and then next time move some different pots. And while you're at it, just sweep the rest of the garden path. Again, no need to move all the pots every time. Leave it to you. And also pull this light back out the way. Sweep down there like that. Again, that's not something that needs doing every time, just when it starts to look bad. Wall is looking quite bad at the moment. So, with that sweep.
And how often is this process needed?
In the summer, it's every week.
Okay.
I used to actually do the triffid twice a week, but I was quite fussy about having it tidy. I think it will be all right once a week. Again, I think on this occasion, I will move this table. Move that. Quite a lot's built up. Excellent. And then similarly over here. Let's move you. Move you. Move that round. Again, occasionally I would move more of those pots. I actually did it recently because I had to unblock the drain, so that area is pretty much okay. And then sweep this up. Got the dustpan.
mind the snail between your legs.
Oh. Put her out of the way. Thank you. And that's kind of the process.
Thank you very
that
much.
was all I needed to include.